Hocus pocus. Open sesame.
Come on, Daddy Sakurai Will needs a new Smash Bros.
Smashiest Brosiest. June 21st-iest, 2018-iest.
Let's see what we got here.
Splatoon 2, 1-2 Switch, Fallout Shelter, Sushi Striker. Never claimed to be good at Magic. So I'm waiting until December 7th with the rest of you chumps.
Hello everyone, welcome to another, I almost always say arousing, but what I mean to say is rousing episode.
We can do that if you
No,
want.
it's not. That is not this kind of episode. It's too hot. It's too hot for all that.
Yeah.
Will's sweating.
I wouldn't mind taking all my clothes off, though.
Yeah. Welcome to another Game Talk. This Game Talk and the ones following this one are special. Tell us why, Will.
It's E3 time, folks! Well, it's a week after E3, but we're here. It's E3 time. Today, we're talking about Nintendo. I was at Nintendo.
Could you guess?
Yeah, could you guess? My shirt. I got my Nintendo New York shirt.
We are behind the impenetrable wall of Amiibo.
Sorry, I had to get a quick swig of my cherry vanilla Pepsi. We don't have tank drink of the weeks on this one,
Yeah.
but this is a good one, folks. If you're ever at the store and you see one of these, pick it up.
Also, it has this new thing called Sprite.
Classic.
Yeah.
Also, folks, just a quick heads up. It's hot. Really hot, so I'm going to be wiping sweat off my face during this.
We're in South Carolina, and we are recording in a place where the air conditioner has not been on during the day.
Terrible.
So you boys be sweaty.
We're hot. Well, we're here talking about Nintendo's E3. I watched the live stream. I had to watch this live stream twice, Keith, because the first time I was at Nintendo New York, and people were screaming the entire time. We had a little bit of respect for Reggie whenever he first came on, and he started talking. But as soon as he teased us, he goes, "Where will Nintendo Switch take us next? To a smashing invitational?" As soon as they say smash, everyone went crazy. Did not shut up until the end of the direct. But
Because, remind us, just for those people who may be coming in now, where was you?
I was at Nintendo New York watching the live stream live. I was one of the only people in America, in the world, you might say, that has played Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I played it at Nintendo New York. I think the only place you could play it was there or at E3. So
Wow.
I went to the East Coast area to play it. I didn't want to fly all the way across the country, but I did play Smash Bros. Ultimate. And we'll talk about that a little bit later, but first of all, I'd kind of like to go through the direct beat by beat. Not necessarily beat, because they touched on a lot of things in there, a lot of things that I don't even really care about. But so they
That's saying a lot.
That is saying a lot. So Keith, you watched the direct, didn't you?
I think I got the beginning of it. I think I watched up to, now again, it's Nintendo. There's not a lot piquing my interest. I was at work. So I would have been content to watch it back afterwards, but I was at work. I was like, I don't get to watch my Easy Allies live a lot, so I'll watch them.
Yeah.
But then I was eating my dad for lunch, so I had to stop right. I stopped right as Luigi and Yoshi appeared on the Smash reveal character
They were the last
list.
ones they showed too. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, by the way, Yoshi and Luigi are in it still. But did you go back and watch the Smash Bros. Stuff later? Or
I watched, I think I watched everything, and then the only thing I missed was like the Ridley reveal, I think. Spoiler
people went
alert.
crazy for that. We'll talk about that once we get to it. But, they opened up this E3 or this direct. They started off. This is kind of weird. Nintendo for a long time has not really been taking E3 that seriously because they have their Nintendo Directs that they do throughout the year. So as opposed to most companies where it's like E3's where we announce our games for the next year, Nintendo kind of parses them out. And usually they call their E3 thing, they make a somewhat big deal out of it. They'll call it like a Nintendo Spotlight or something. But this one was just called a Nintendo Direct. Plain old Nintendo Direct. So my expectations were kind of low. I mean, I knew Smash Bros. Was going to be there. That's exciting. I was hoping to see Fire Emblem, and we did see it. I was hoping to see the new Yoshi game. We did not see that. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
But, so they started off with a weird game called Daemon X Machina, I believe, which isn't even a Nintendo-developed game. So it was a really odd pick to start the E3 Direct off with. Started off with that, and already I'm kind of tuning out a little bit. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Luckily, you're in the store.
Luckily, I'm in this, yeah. And so after that, the next thing that Reggie showed us a little bit of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, but really it was just a bunch of stuff from the trailer that we'd already seen.
I would definitely love to get. I'd love to check back in on your hype for that after you go through. I don't mean to keep interrupting you.
We can
but
do that,
I'm
my
gonna-
friend.
I want to put some pythons in the wall for when we climb back up this thing.
Table that one. Yep. Then they announced Fire Emblem Three Houses. Very excited for the game, but if you had given me $1 billion, say, "Will, come up with a less cool name than Fire Emblem Three Houses," I could not do it. I could not come up
What
with a
about
worse name.
4 houses?
That might have been a little bit worse. But yeah, they talked about that one. You never played a Fire Emblem, have you, Keith?
Never.
You're a little bit of a little green in the Nintendo area.
I'm not I never dove too deep. I always swam on the Nintendo surface. Your Marios, your Star Foxes, your Zeldas and now and again, your Pokemons,
Those
your
are good
Smash
ones, though.
Brothers. They are.
But Fire Emblem, that's what Martha's from.
Yeah,
Your boy
I
Marth.
know that much
Yeah.
at least.
It's an RPG, but I guess it's a turn-based RPG, but it's more of a strategy RPG. Basically, the best way I can describe it to you is like playing chess. Every level is there's a map, and you have units, and like these units can move this many spaces. Archers can attack people from 2 spaces away. If you have a melee weapon, you attack from 1 space away. It's all about like positioning, moving your dudes around. I don't play chess, but I love Fire Emblem.
Okay, would it be anything similar like to the XCOM, that kind of game where you're
Yeah, sort of like that.
okay?
Mario Rabbids, which came out last year, they've described it as like Nintendo XCOM.
Okay.
And I've always told people that Mario Rabbids is the best Fire Emblem game on Switch because there isn't a Fire Emblem game yet. But they're both kind of the same sort of thing. So yeah, XCOM's a good comparison. They showed that one off, and I really like the cutscenes in it because they're full like 2D animation.
Yeah.
Which they did that in the last 3DS Fire Emblem game, and I was like, I really hope they do this for the next one because I love it. I love that it's like you're watching an anime in the cutscenes, and so they brought that back, and I'm happy about that.
All 2Ds. I like how you said full 2D. Like 2D is as far as we can go.
All 2 dimensions.
We're still looking for the third D.
Yeah. So yeah, Fire Emblem Three Houses, very exciting.
Correct.
Then we go into let's go ahead and check back in with Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, Keith.
I would like to check in on that because we've learned some things, I think, since we last spoke.
And it's not great news.
Mainly that you can't battle wild Pokemon. And I'm going to have to tell you, Will, that is almost... I've heard people I'm okay with that. I've heard people say, like, oh, no big deal. I feel like your hype is still strong. I've seen you tweet.
I've seen you tweet.
But for me, that's getting close to pushing me out. I mean, I don't have a Switch. It's not like I'm going to be buying it day one or whatever, but it's almost pushing me out of the hype zone.
I can understand that. I'm excited about it. I can't really explain to you why. I don't want to say I'm tired of the traditional Pokemon formula, but they're still having a more traditional one coming out next year in 2019.
Right, exactly.
Which still, I mean, like any negativity that I could have felt about Let's Go is alleviated by that announcement.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I haven't played Pokemon Go. I'm not entirely sure how in depth all the throws go, but they've been talking about how there are a bunch of different throws you can do, and like bigger, more higher leveled Pokemon are harder to catch. So I almost feel like it's kind of like a mini game in itself.
Sure.
Which,
yeah, the throwing is that's a good way to describe it. It's a mini game.
It's a little mini game you do.
It's not just it wouldn't be so easy as to say caught it.
Yeah.
All the
And there's
time.
like items that you can use to like make them more easy to catch.
Sure.
So it's almost like if it was just literally as quite as simple. I mean, maybe that is how it works in Pokemon Go. I've never really played all that much of it. But
I've played.
If it was just do this, no matter how you shake if it was like Wii style, like Wii Sports, where you can just go like this.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's actually like I got to get into it, that kind of excites me. I am going to play it with the Pokeball Plus. Full disclosure. So holding a Pokemon ball in my hand the entire time I'm playing it, it's on my TV. I'm going through Viridian Forest.
Yeah.
I'm encountering Weedles, and then when I encounter a Weedle, I'm not just pressing A, weaken it, paralyze it. I'm actually, and I
Yeah.
mean maybe I'm cheesy.
You're right.
Maybe I'm a young spirit, but
And that's exactly why I asked. What I'm asking, I intentionally asked because I've only seen the salt. I wanted some of the sugar that's still there.
I like to bring a
for
little
it.
bit of sugar to the Pokemon Let's Go
Yeah.
environment. But yeah, I'm super excited for it. They showed a in-depth look at it at the Nintendo Treehouse. It was pretty much them going through Viridian Forest, which looks beautiful. There's like great lighting effects going on, like the sunlight shining through the trees just barely, and like it looks so nice. And then like apparently they've changed up the wild Pokemon locations. Like Bulbasaur is now a wild Pokemon. You can catch a Bulbasaur in Viridian Forest, which is pretty cool. And then
Called a
they
Bulbasaur in Pokemon Go.
nice. I'm going to pretend to be impressed.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, then they go through Viridian Forest, and then they went all the way up to fight Brock. They went through the gym, and another thing that kind of like made me rest easy is that the gyms are intact.
Yep.
They're just like how you were. Even the layout was exactly the same. You walk up the 2 trainers on either side, and you go talk to Brock, fight him, and they cut it off right before the Brock fight. So
Cool.
I'm thinking maybe he's got like a new cool Pokemon or something. Like maybe his team's a little bit different. Probably not. One thing I will say I am a little bit disappointed about Let's Go is that whenever the leaking was happening, they said that it was like a sequel to Red and Blue kind of, and that Red and Blue are going to play a part in the story and they're going to be older. I've not seen any hint of that. And everything that we've seen, it does not seem like this Kanto has changed at all. It doesn't.
Okay.
I was imagining it was going to be like Kanto, 30 years later. Here's what all has changed. But it really seems like a pretty straight up forward remake,
Gotcha.
which I'm excited for. And honestly, Keith, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I would love for the Let's Go series to become its own sub series. And so, like
Just
after Let's
remake
Go,
everything?
kind of, and like because they've already remade Red and Blue before, but now they're doing it Let's Go style. If they remake Johto. Because a lot of the things, like they've remade a lot of these games, but it was before the games looked so good. So if we can
Right.
get like a Johto remake, Let's Go style on the Switch, I would be so happy. They could call it like Let's Go Togepi and Let's Go Tyrogue or something. I've already got the titles figured out and everything,
Yeah.
like what baby Pokemon they could use for it. And yeah, so thanks for checking back in with me, Keith. Still very excited.
I was watching the like again. I just watched the Easy Allies now. I don't have any other gaming outlet.
Nice.
But I was watching. There's more salt. It wasn't like screw them. It was just more of this one's not for me. I'll wait for the next.
Yeah,
one.
I heard Kyle Bossman say he wasn't even going to play it, which
Well,
floors me.
You didn't listen to the whole thing because he said I say that, but I know that as soon as it comes out, I'm gonna cave. I'm gonna play it. But
Okay. Yeah, I kind
that's what
of tuned it out after he said that. I got
Yeah.
mad and I was like, Kyle Bossman.
No, the
'Cause-
first thing I thought was like I thought you were the Pokemon man. I thought you,
Mm-hmm.
and then because I think Brad or somebody said like you know you're gonna play it. And he was like, you're right. I'm gonna break down.
That's awesome.
But I'm gonna say this now.
Yeah. That just blew my mind. Because Kyle Bossman, have you ever watched any of their Hall of Greats that they do?
That's actually how I got first excited about watching them. Is I was like, let me find a big old thing of content I can turn on while I work and
Nice.
see what these guys are about.
Nice. Yeah, Kyle Bossman brought Red and Blue to the Hall of Greats and it won. So
Did.
just he's got to play it just to see the
Sure.
Kyle Bossman. I'm watching you play
Yeah.
it. I'll watch your playthrough on Twitch if you do that. So then after Fire Emblem Three Houses, I mean, they showed off Super Mario Party, which I'm not incredibly excited about. I've played the Mario Party game on N64, and then I played one on the
Yeah.
Wii, I believe. And I mean, they were fun, but not necessarily stand in line and pay $60 for it day one.
Well, I mean,
fun.
you gotta with Mario Party, you gotta have a group.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
there's-
have a whole lot of friends.
Well, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like Mario Party is not for me a game. It's like, oh, I got a few minutes. Let me boot up Mario Party to play by myself.
Yeah.
Like Mario Party is like, hey, everybody, we're all gonna grab pizza and play Mario Party or something.
Yeah.
The reason I have such good memories of Mario Party is because the whole daycare thing.
Mm-hmm.
We had Mario Party. So after school, it was a Mario Party.
Ooh,
things
so that
like-
trailer got you excited, didn't it, Keith?
I mean, it wasn't like woohoo,
Yeah.
but I was like, if I had that's what I should have said. It's like if I had a Switch and I had friends with Switches, I'd boot up Mario Party.
We got to play Super Mario Party when it comes out, Keith.
Please, let's do it.
Let's do it. We get Zenas over here, get
Yeah.
Caleb, get Brandon, have
That's
a big
right.
old Mario Party.
Yeah,
and I
get
like
the
how
Dungeon Boys
Yeah,
together.
and I really like one of the things that they showed is like there's one mini game where I'm going to go ahead and remove my Joy-Cons. And
Yeah.
I don't know what this mini game was, but it involved them putting both of their Switches together
Yeah.
and then drawing a line and connecting it, and then that's the thing. And I
That's
thought
what
that
I
was
heard.
really cool.
That's how you connect it. Is you draw a line to.
Yeah, that was really cool. So yeah, Mario Party looks fun. I might buy it now that I know you're on board, and we can get a nice little Dungeon Boys group going on. Probably, I'm a little bit more excited about it
Well,
now.
if I have a Switch, I'll put 2 Switches between the Dungeon Boys. I guess that would make. I mean, you just have to leave one out.
Yeah, true.
Caleb's the youngest. You're out of here.
Okay. Sorry, Bippy Tops.
Yeah,
Sorry, I got a little frog in my throat, Keith.
it's okay.
So let's see, Super Mario Party. Then they did their little here's a like reel of all of our indie games and all that stuff coming out. Overcooked 2, a bunch of people got excited about that. The only thing that really stood out to me is Hollow Knight looks really cool. It's like a Metroidvania style game. It's like looks kind of 2D.
It's on the wish list.
Cartooniest.
Haven't
Yeah.
played it yet.
I think it's on PS4. I think you could get it there. But yeah, it just came out to Switch. And then, the big thing, this was like leaked hard before it happened, so it wasn't really a big surprise to anyone, but it should have been a big deal. Fortnite came to the
Yeah.
Switch.
Yeah.
So me and Keith aren't too crazy about Fortnite, it seems.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later in some of our other E3 coverage.
Yeah.
How I've kind of just lost. I've lost my. I used to play multiplayer shooters,
Mm-hmm.
but one of them, I never played it. I never felt very competitive.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm here to have fun. Like, I want to get my kills and get out. Like, but Fortnite is your whole goal is I have to be the last person alive.
Yeah, that's intimidating.
Yeah, it's just I'm not that into it. I don't really like that style of like cartoony looking shooter.
I do
really.
like that style.
Yeah, but it's not for me, and my internet struggles to support multiplayer anyway. Maybe
Gotcha.
But
Have you played any of Fortnite? Have you even dabbled? I've dabbled. I played a few on my Xbox, but it just didn't speak to me. I died like number 87 or something. I was like,
Sure.
okay, I'm gonna go back
Alright.
to Splatoon now. I'm gonna play Splatoon. So yeah, Fortnite came out, launched day and date, which I thought was kind of cool. And in the song that they used in the Fortnite trailer, it was it kept one of the lyrics was "right now." It kept saying "right now" over it, and I was like, "That's clever. That's kind of
Yeah,
cute.
that's
That's
good.
cute. That's cute, Nintendo. I like that."
we can talk about the PlayStation Sony stuff with Fortnite later.
Yeah.
I've kind of got a hot take on that one,
Yeah. Okay. Looking forward to that.
which is not I don't think
Sneak peek.
it's not the same that everybody is saying. I don't think. So yeah, sneak peek for the next video.
Ooh, nice. I'm excited. So I guess now we just go into Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Because that was about 2/3 of this direct.
Right.
About 20 minutes in, they said, we're going to turn it over to Sakurai. And this man, Keith,
Don't know
Sakurai.
him.
Yeah, he's the director. He's like, he works himself to death over these games. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I know he's the director, but he's like in the trenches coding stuff too, like hardcore into it. He's worked on every one since the original one. Like this is baby basically.
Okay.
And in the direct, this was our first time seeing him since DLC for Smash Bros. Wii U wrapped up.
Okay.
And he always was a pretty slender man, but he looks downright famished right now. And I was just watching this thinking, Nintendo, y'all got to give this man a break. Like, this man's been working hard for 20 years on Smash Bros.
Cool
He
it.
looks emaciated. Somebody get this man a burger and give him like 2 weeks pay vacation. Like,
Yeah.
give this man a rest. But, yeah, so I felt a little bit sorry for Sakurai. I was
Yeah.
like, oh man, they really have been working you since Smash Wii U started, basically, because he went straight into this one right after the last one, which I admire because every time Smash Bros. Is coming out, he's always saying, this is probably my last one. He said that with Brawl, said that with 4. But this one, more than ever, I can kind of believe him because the way it's called Smash Bros. Ultimate, the catch is that they brought every character back.
Right.
It really kind of feels like a swan song, at least for Sakurai. I mean, I imagine it's such a cash cow that Nintendo's never going to let it die. I feel like if Sakurai ever gets out, they'll just give it to someone else.
Sure.
Like give it to Koizumi, give it to one of those guys.
I'm not going to try to offend anybody here, but the model is not hard to keep going.
It's not.
It's, hey, we have games with Nintendo characters.
Put a few of them in there.
Make them fight each other.
Give them a side B, give them an up B,
Yeah.
give them a down B, give them a side A. Like the format's there.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to like cut out a character, fit them into a little Smash Bros. Format,
Right.
make them fight. Let's see. We'll just go into this. We'll talk about Smash Bros. As a whole real quick, but just
Sure.
one quick side story. I was at Nintendo and I was playing Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I played as the Inkling. And the girl afterwards, she was like, "Are there any thoughts you guys have? Like any comments you'd like to make?" And I was like, "I noticed that the Inkling's down smash is a slosher. Is there any way we can change that to a splashdown? I just feel like that would be a little bit more fitting." And she was like, "I'll let Sakurai know."
Yeah.
And I was like, "I like this lady."
She'll be calling them later
Yeah.
with this.
It's like you do not have Sakurai on speed dial. Don't try and fool me. But
She's
I like
gonna
that she
call-
humoured me.
Yeah, she's gonna call and be like, "Hey, this random kid has said something we haven't thought of before.
Hold the presses.
we ought to consider it."
Put the splashdown in there. But yeah, so Smash Bros. Ultimate. It was really hard not to be extremely excited when I was in a room with probably several hundred people all screaming at the top of their lungs at everything. Like just seeing Yoshi back, they would scream
Yeah.
like, "Yoshi's back!" And I'm like, "You fools! Of course Yoshi's
Yeah,
back."
what do you
Click
mean?
on it. I'm trying to listen to Sakurai here. I'm trying to listen to the man. But I just totally lost my train of thought. Okay, so yeah, the thing is that I said I was a little bit underwhelmed because really I was thinking that we would at least get more than one new character announcement. Because, I mean, so much of it was focused on all the characters that they brought back, which is really, really cool. But if you think about it, we saw Inkling, but Inkling had been teased before, so we knew Inkling was in. Really, the only new character they announced was Ridley,
Right.
which is the character to put in. I don't know if you know about all the meminess, how memey Ridley is.
I don't know.
Yeah, he was he's basically, since Brawl, he's been like the most requested character.
Really?
And Sakurai, at one point, officially commented on it and said, he's too big, we can't make him a fighter. And so whenever he was announced, a guy started a chant in the room I was in. He goes, "Not too big, not too big," and everyone started chanting, and it was awesome. But yeah, so if there is one character to bring in, it's Ridley. It's the most fan-requested character for over a decade now. I have to imagine they've got a few more up their sleeves before launch.
Based on what I've heard from our boys that they saw on the E3 floor, there were these like cabinets with essentially, I think what they said is there are like empty spaces in this cabinet that seem to imply that there would be new characters that have not been announced yet. Maybe 2 more. I'm not sure.
That would be cool. They got to get Banjo-Kazooie in there, and they got to get.
That would be a great request.
That would be awesome.
Banjo-Kazooie would be awesome.
Phil Spencer is the head of Xbox. Has actually said that he's totally down to put Banjo-Kazooie in Smash because Microsoft owns Rare now,
Right.
Which makes Banjo. So yeah, I feel like it's got to happen. If it's going to happen,
Man,
it's going
that
to
would be
happen this
great.
time.
I've never used this terminology. I've never said I main anyone because I don't play these games.
Yeah.
But I would break that up for I think Banjo-Kazooie.
Main and Banjo-Kazooie?
Yeah.
Yeah. My main is definitely going to be Inkling because I love Splatoon. Got about 400 hours on Splatoon 2.
Whew.
Pretty intense. I love it.
Well, I don't
Inkling's
have
gonna be my
400
main.
hours on a single game.
Really?
I don't think I do.
Really?
I don't think I do.
I've got way more than 400 on some of them.
I
Too.
play on such small bursts.
Yeah. Splatoon 2 is one of those things where if I'm off and I don't have anything to do, I can literally play that game for probably about 10 hours in a day.
Wow, that is
if
wild.
I really want to. Just put on some podcasts,
Yeah.
give me a little playlist going, and I just sit there, put my earbuds in, just have a good time.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm not casting judgment. I'm jealous.
Oh, I
I
know.
wish I could do it.
Yeah. So, is there anything else you really want to say about Smash Bros? I mean, it's the Ultimate Smash Bros. They brought back Snake. That got a really big round of applause from people when Snake
I think
came
it's
back.
interesting that they decided to do. People have called it a deep dive
Mm-hmm.
on all like the new things. Like it seemed,
They were getting into some minutia there.
yeah. I mean, it's interesting. I guess maybe it's a change of pace. Again, this is my first year being into this stuff. This is not something that I've just decided like, oh, I'm going to air my thoughts. Like I've literally this. I remain a casual gamer. That's all I am, and I think that I just like video games. I like playing them, and I enjoy talking about them. But this is the first time being into it, so maybe it's just I assume this is obviously a change of pace. This is not normal. Maybe it's too far for like I'm sure there are people who compete in Smash Brothers.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure it's meaningful, like the frame trapping and all those other like the technical terms for fighting
Wave
games.
dashing, something
But
like
yeah,
that.
when you think about fighting games that would be like an esport, you don't think Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
You think Smash Brothers is what I play with my buds.
Yeah.
Like or whatever. Like that's
Yeah.
it just seems different. So
Yeah, there's like items throwing Pokeballs at each other.
yeah, it's I'm not saying it was bad. Like it's interesting or whatever, but I mean I certainly didn't need to know that.
Yeah, I heard some
I don't
people.
even use the shield.
Oh, Keith, come on.
No, I do sometimes.
There's but there were a lot of people. Like a comment that I saw recurring on a lot of the Smash videos was people were like, "Oh, cool, 25 minutes of patch notes."
Yeah.
At one point, people were going. I'm telling you, Keith, people were just so ready to be excited about anything
Right.
that even whenever Sakurai started talking about, look at how expressive Donkey Kong's facial expressions are in this game. Look at his eyes. Whoa! I was like, guys, calm down a little bit.
Let's at least just pump the brakes. This isn't Rick and
Yeah.
Morty.
Exactly. But it's one of those things. I was super excited in the moment, but the more I think about it, it could have been a little bit more exciting. It is cool that Snake is back. We never thought he'd come back. It's cool that we got 3 Links now. We got Champion Link, we got Toon Link, we got Young Link. Might have to main Young Link in this one too, because I never played a whole lot of Melee. Brawl was actually the first one I really played a whole lot of. So Young Link is kind of a new character to me. But yeah, I guess that probably wraps up our Nintendo thoughts.
You said people were upset about the Ridley reveal. You want to finish on what they finished on that way?
Did I say people were upset about it?
You said I think you said there's some saltiness about the Ridley reveal or something.
I don't think so.
Are you certain?
I'm pretty certain.
Pretty sure-
I don't remember any
Yeah.
saltiness about the Ridley reveal.
I thought you said that earlier. I don't know why. I feel like people were upset that they like killed Mario in it or something. Like they were. It was too dark.
Oh no, that was awesome. Everyone loved that. No,
All right, then
I
I
don't
don't
think so. I mean, I'll rewatch this video and see.
I thought it
Maybe
was
it
really
was a
cool.
slip of the tongue. Yeah, that was really cool. They gutted Mario.
Yeah, I like that. Even Mega Man. I mean, I for me, I haven't played. I played a little bit of Brawl when I had a Wii way back in the day, but Melee is the main one I've ever played. I mean, I played N64, but Melee was the one I spent the most time on. So, like, pretty much 50% of the characters mentioned in this direct that I watched are brand new to me. I've
Yeah.
never played as them.
Yeah, that is pretty exciting for
I've
you.
never played as Pokemon Trainer. I've never played as Mega Man. I've never played as
Yeah, that is cool.
Any of these people, like
Uh-huh.
it was pretty great. I played.
Yeah,
as
it is
Snake,
going to
I
be a
think.
whole. That is, yeah, I can see how that would be. It's probably a lot more exciting for you.
That's
than it
why
is for me.
That's why this game would be the game that gets me to buy a Switch because like I've just never experienced playing as all these cool new.
Yeah,
characters.
it's like up to 65 now confirmed. So yeah, That's like 45 characters that you have not played as, Keith.
Exactly.
That is exciting, man. One more quick thing I'd like to say is Zelda in the Smash Bros. Games has been rocking this Twilight Princess look since Brawl, and they changed her. And
All right.
She's now the the Link Between Worlds version of her. She looks
Okay.
kind of cartoony. She's a little bit chunkier too.
Okay.
I like it. I like Zelda's new
thick.
look. Yeah, she's thick now. I like Zelda's new look. Big fan of having 3 Links. Really want to play as Ridley. Ridley was not in the demo that I played, which was
Oh.
kind of shocking.
Some
'cause
people got to play as him, I think.
I think at E3
E3
Ridley.
people?
Yeah, I think at E3 it was playable, but he wasn't in the demo at Nintendo New York, which kind of a bummer. But I did get to play as Inkling. I played 2 games. They were 4-player matches,
Yeah.
and they were 2.5 minute games for each play session. The first one I played as Breath of the Wild Link, and then I played as Inkling. And then the next day I went back and I played as Ness, and then I played as Inkling again. I really like Inkling. So
Cool.
Inkling's a cool character.
Be maining it.
Out of the 2 new ones,
Yeah.
I'm really excited about one of them. And Keith's got 45 new ones.
Yeah,
so Keith's really happy.
Yeah, that's. I feel like a newborn child. Where it's like I just get to discover like this is breathing, this is walking, this is sight. Because I just haven't experienced all these. And so
That is
Smash
awesome.
Brothers guaranteed out of all games would have been my favorite Nintendo game.
So that is the one you're going to buy a Switch for.
I hope so. I'm hoping I get it as a
Yeah.
gift.
Yeah, that's
Which, if I get
that's
a
the
gift,
money shot.
If I get a gift for my wife, then it's just we're both buying it together, so it's not really a big deal. But
Yeah.
my Lizzie, if you're watching, which I know you're not, my love, I'd love a Switch for Christmas.
Well, Keith, I hope you get one so that we can play together. 'Cause
Yeah.
That would be really fun.
Can you online Super Smash Brothers?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Keith, slow day at work.
Yeah.
What you doing, Keith? Whip out that Switch. Let's go.
Dude, at work the Wi-Fi is so fast. I could I can be like ahead of your time. I can just be one move ahead of you. But if you're at work and if you're at my work and you're watching, I don't use the internet for foolishness like
No,
that.
of course not. Keith doesn't watch all the Easy Allies live streams. At work.
I don't.
He doesn't do that.
I don't upload every single one of my YouTube videos at work. On Monday, I uploaded 8 videos,
That's awesome.
all over 2 gigs.
That's awesome.
Pretty big fan, because I have sucky internet at home. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Nintendo, and I think we're done.
I think we're wrapping it up. Yeah. They didn't have, like I said, they didn't have a whole lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem was cool. Mario Party was cool. Smash Bros was cool. 25 minutes worth of Smash Bros info. Donkey Kong's face has changed. That's the big takeaway.
Take that home.
So,
Tell your parents.
Yeah, Keith, I guess this wraps up our Nintendo one.
It
We'll probably
does.
be talking about some other ones
Yeah, we
that'll
will.
be coming out in the future.
Yeah, if
so-
not, yeah, we're trying. Hopefully, this is up sometime soon to when we're recording it, which you don't know when that is. It could have been last year.
It's January.
Yeah, it's January. we're pre-E3 recording.
We
but,
predicted all of it.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get them up soon. I shouldn't try to clarify what you're saying because I don't know any more than you do at this point.
True that.
All right, folks. Thank you so much for watching this. We hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe.
Do it.
Be sure to leave us your most excited character, the character you're most excited for in Smash.
I want to see some Banjo-Kazooie support out there.
Yeah, support us with Banjo-Kazooie. Share this video with the people that you know that can make that happen.
If anyone has Sakurai on speed dial, let them know. Put Master Chief in the game, too. That'd be really
That'd
cool.
be pretty cool. I would do like a tiny Master Chief. That'd be pretty cool. Like if they cartoonized him and shrunk
Yeah.
him down some. Like
Yeah.
he wouldn't be. I don't want him to look like Snake. Like I don't want him to look like proportional. I want him to look like a
Make him like a
short one.
Funko Pop.
Yeah, I kind of want him to look like Mario size. That
would be funny.
Master Chief.
Yeah.
We've tried to end this several times. We're
have.
going to really do it now. So we'll see you next time.
Later.
We love you very much.